Hello guys and gals, it is I, the Monster, and today we're reviewing Astro Bot for the PlayStation 5, developed by Team Asobi. So, Astro Bot comes out at a very interesting time. You know, we've got an overpriced PS5 mid-console upgrade that's debatable. We've got a lot of studio closures. We've got a lot of people getting tired of movie-like AAA big-budget PlayStation games. I know I've played most of them. And, you know, here we are. We get a game like Astro Bot, which is a gigantic love letter, a celebration, if you will, to PlayStation's 30-year history. And it's created by a really, really great developer, Team Asobi. And Team Asobi did a lot of VR games, and they've done other Astro Bot games, including Astro's Playroom, which came out as a PlayStation 5 like a launch hub game, and people love that game. I love that game. So this game really just took a lot of people by storm, including yours truly, and I'm really excited we get to talk about it, and yeah, let's go. So Astro Bot is essentially a love letter to like platformers. Yes, this is, a lot of people have been saying it. I'm gonna say it. It's like a Mario for PlayStation, basically. You know, let's try to act like Little Big Planet doesn't exist, y'all. And, you know, this game, like I said, it's just a giant love letter to Sony. So you play as this little Astro Bot. You're in your PS5 spaceship, and you're with all of these different Sony-looking Astro Bot characters, all different kinds of Sony characters. There's also third-party characters. And this giant evil alien shows up and he screws with you guys, and he tosses you away from you and your Astro Bots. He breaks the ship up, and you crash land on a hub world. So on the hub world, you're basically, you know, rebuilding your ship. You're bringing back all of these rescued Astro Bots. You're doing the unlockable thing. There's gacha, so you're unlocking items for the Astro Bots. You're unlocking costumes. You're unlocking skins for your DualSense controller spaceship little thing that you're gliding around on throughout the game. There's other areas in the hub world to unlock. So it's just, you're constantly unlocking stuff. And that's just the centerpiece of the, I believe it's like 6 or so galaxies that you're going to traverse in this game. So every single one of these galaxies has kind of a theme, but it's like a loose theme. And there's multiple stages, and they're all different, and there's always going to be also secret stages to unlock within these. And on top of that, you have the boss stages that are typically a robot animal, and you fight them, you beat them, and then you save a popular Sony character, which then unlocks a Sony themed stage to unlock more of that game's characters. So it's like you're constantly progressing through this game to unlock more stuff, and it feels good and it's a lot of fun. So this game is, first and foremost, it's absolutely beautiful. It's got like a glossy, cartoony art style. Everybody looks great. All the characters, all the worlds look beautiful. The music's pretty good. You'll hear a couple of songs repeated. The enemies look good. You'll see some enemies repeat a little bit too. It's their first game. Let's cut them a break here. And, you know, it's like just the gameplay is very tight. It feels smooth. It feels very reactive. It's just like you could tell that they really designed this platformer to feel like a legit skill-based game, which I really like about it. Most of these stages will have a gimmick. Some of them are a little more straightforward. You'll have straightforward platforming, and they're basic. And then you'll have things where you require a power-up, where you'll get like a dog that allows you to do a charge punch, or you'll get these like plant hand things that do like almost like a punch out arms thing going on, or you'll get a chicken that's like a rocket, or you'll get an armor suit that turns you into a ball so you can roll across spikes and fire. There's a lot of different ones, but they're a lot of fun. Like the way that they're using these different gimmicks is actually very creative. And I have to get this out of my system right now because I would be remiss if I didn't say it, but Trunk of Funk, I believe it's in Galaxy 2, is one of the greatest platforming stages I have ever played in my entire life. All I'm going to say is it involves a giant singing tree. And it seems like nothing at first, but then you play that stage and you're just like, oh my god, this game friggin' rules. Like, this stage is awesome. So, I'm just telling you, when you get the Trunk of Funk, remember what I said, that stage, I failed that one. Chef's kiss, man. Awesome stage. Awesome stage. As I mentioned before, the hub world is basically a zone for your collectibles. So when you're doing these stages, they will tell you how many Astrobots you need to find in the stage. They'll tell you how many puzzle pieces to unlock other puzzle stuff, and if there's a mystery stage. And, you know, for context sake, I 100% of this game. I do 100% games. I had so much fun looking for everything. The game made it fun to collect, right? When you do, like, a mystery world, for example, it'll take you out of the world as if you beat the world, in some of them at least, and it'll take you into another galaxy of unlocked stages. So, like, you're just constantly adding more things to unlock. That hub world's just really fun. You're always, like, using the gacha machine to get items for your different little Astrobot characters so you can see them interact. You're getting costumes for your Astrobot. You're getting costumes for your little DualSense ship. You're just getting all kinds of stuff. And then, like I said, you're unlocking other things throughout the hub world, which unlock even more stuff. So it's just a really fun, engaging game. Although this is Team Asobi's first real foray into like this like real platformer thing, I do have to tell you some of the stuff I wasn't crazy about. So, first and foremost, this game uses a one-life system. Now, the PS5 is typically a pretty fast console, right? But when you're trying to do everything, like I was telling you before, I actually 100% of the game, it gets a little frustrating. Because you're constantly, you know, if your little Astrobot dies, you have to constantly reboot, get back into the thing, reboot, come back into the thing. There's boss battles in this game that literally give you a heart system, and you're like, oh, okay, so these are designed for you to, like, get your butt kicked. And, you know, you die, and that's it. You just continue on. There's no load. It's just, here it is. And I kind of wish that they did that with this game, because, like, especially during, like, that, there's, like, a secret thing at the end, obviously, to unlock other, like, one big thing. And, like, when you get killed in that stage, I believe the stage kicks you out, unless I got a bug or something. So it just gets a little frustrating. I'm curious if Team Asobi was thinking about that. I don't know. I just think the one life thing is a little weird. That's just my personal thing. The other thing I need to talk about is the boss battles. So a lot of these boss battles look great. They're beautiful. They're technical showpieces, right? They're over the top. The music's loud. They want you to do these hyper fast mechanics, and I respect that. I think it's really cool. However, I think that I personally prefer a more simple boss battle sometimes. So a couple of those boss battles lost me. And like, there's like mini bosses in this game that are more engaging in this to me than some of the bigger ones. So, like, for example, you fight like a genie, and you fight the genie twice, and like his fight's pretty straightforward, but he's got a good one. Whereas like some of the other ones are a little over the top. It just depends. Like, there's like one where you fight like a chameleon, and you're just like, ugh, all right, man, like, I'm ready to move on. Like, there's just a couple of things that you're like, it's a little too much. And then last but not least, this is like a super nitpick, but I gotta get this off my chest. Okay, so, you know, if you follow things on the internet, you always hear about how, you know, this game is like, oh, we're trying to do a Mario, Well, there was another series years ago, wink wink nudge nudge, that does get acknowledged in this game, that was doing the Mario thing before this was, and was doing a very good job at it, might I add. In this game, like I was saying, you unlock special Sony-themed stages after you beat the bosses for very big franchises. Well, they decided that they were going to pick one, maybe to represent the PSP. I don't really know. But they picked one that really surprised me. Maybe they worked on the game. Maybe they just love it. I don't know. But they picked this one franchise that I didn't think anybody really had that much, like, reverence for. Instead of picking the one franchise that they kind of are, like, homaging and could have gave them an amazingly big, awesome stage, and instead gave it to this other franchise. So, I'm just saying, they probably should have did that instead. But that franchise does get some love in this game, and it's just, I don't know, man, I kind of feel like they got a little snubbed. So that's just my 2 cents on that. That's really for the people that are watching the video. If you're listening, you're like, what the heck is he talking about? Like, you got to go back and watch what I just did. So in any case, guys, listen. This game is fantastic. I don't know what's going to happen in the future with Sony, okay? And this is the part where I get preachy. This is the stuff. This kind of game reminds me of the stuff that I grew up on that got me to love Sony franchises. I've been saying for years that I love the weird, the quirky, the whimsical, the creative, the more imaginative, can you tell I say that a lot? Sony titles. I like those kinds of things. I love Medieval, Parappa. You know, I know Crash and Spyro are not with Sony anymore, but you get what I'm saying. I love these weird little franchises, man. Ape Escape. I miss these. I love Fat Princess on the PS3. I love all of this stuff. I want to see more of it. More stuff. Not just like, here's a celebration game. I want to see this stuff. They've spent so much money on these big titles over the last number of years that I think that now you're starting to see the diminishing returns. Sometimes being number one doesn't necessarily mean you're number one, if you catch my drift. So when something like this comes out, you really gotta like enjoy it. You really gotta take it in. And I'm telling you, Team Asobi knocked it out of the freaking park with this game. This is a must-have game for the PS5, and maybe it's coming to PC. Who the hell knows? But I just think this is a phenomenal game, and I really hope Sony kind of says, you know what? Maybe we're going to do some more smaller titles like this. Because this game takes about 15 to 20 hours to beat or so. They designed it as a chill platformer. It took me a pinch over 20 just to do everything. But I absolutely love this game. Please go out, support Astro Bot. Support developers like this. For the love of video games, do something. Let's get the show back on the road. And, you know, I want to see more things like this on a PlayStation, on a Sony console, because I really believe there's room for this stuff. You know, people have been saying for years, guys like me are weirdos, but guys like me are the ones that want to give you the money and support you, and you know, that's why we showed up. So, yeah, play Astro Bot. I'm sorry I got a little preachy here, but you get what I'm saying. And please, like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that bell, do whatever you gotta do. Man, I recorded this review way too many times. And you guys have a great one. Peace out. Take it easy. Go play Astro Bot. Seriously, great game. Great game. Buzz is in this game. You guys like Buzz, right? Buzz? No? I don't know. Okay, bye.